Hey there, and welcome. So, if you're running a growing manufacturing business in India, you probably know the feeling all too well. Success is amazing, right? But it often brings this special kind of chaos with it. Suddenly, you have more orders, more people, more everything, and somehow you feel like you have less control. Today, we are going to dive into exactly that: how to tame the chaos and use your own data to fuel smarter, more profitable growth. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with what I called a paradox of growth. Then we'll get into the weeds of how disconnected data actually makes things more chaotic, not less. After that, we'll talk about the solution, building a unified business backbone. We'll see what it actually looks like to go from just having data to taking real action. And finally, we'll lay out a simple blueprint for your own growth. Let's get into it. So, let's kick things off with this central problem. It's a really strange irony, isn't it? The better your business does, the more you succeed, the more it can feel like you're losing your grip on all the little details that matter. I want you to just pause and really think about this for a second. As your company gets bigger, are things getting clearer for you? Or is the picture getting, well, a little bit foggy? If you're nodding along, trust me, you are definitely not alone. Does this scene look a little too familiar? You've got binders overflowing with GST reports, critical tax info is tracked on a bunch of different spreadsheets, and it feels like someone is always manually typing data from one system into another. This is the reality for so many businesses. And you know what? It kind of works for a while. But as you grow, this way of doing things starts to create some serious hidden risks and massive inefficiencies. Okay, so let's track how this problem gets worse. That scattered data we just saw, it isn't just inefficient, it actively creates chaos. In this next part, we're going to dig into the specific pain points that pop up when your different systems aren't talking to each other. So, let me know if any of these hit close to home. You're making big decisions based on reports from last month. Your sales team has no idea what's actually in stock right now. You're ordering materials based on that better safe than sorry gut feeling, which just ties up your cash. And maybe the biggest one of all, you're not 100% sure which products are your real moneymakers and which ones are just noise. These aren't just little headaches, they are serious risks to your business. And all of this leads to a condition you could call strategic blindness. It's where you end up treating every customer and every product the same, even when some of them are secretly draining your time and your money. Without clear data, you're basically flying blind. You just can't be strategic. This brings us to a really critical point, and it's summed up perfectly by this classic business saying. It's such a powerful reminder of what actually keeps a business alive and kicking. Let's break this down because it's super important. Sales revenue, the big number on the invoice, that feels great. It looks good. That's the vanity. But collection, that's the actual cash hitting your bank account. That's what pays your people, your suppliers, your bills. That is sanity. And a growing gap between those two numbers, that's a huge red flag that a lot of businesses miss until it's way too late. So, how in the world do you fix this? Well, the answer is all about transforming your business from a bunch of separate manual tasks into a truly system-driven organization. This is the big turning point, the moment you go from chaos to control. So, what does that actually mean in plain English? A system-driven organization is one that runs on solid, connected processes, not just on a few key people running around putting out fires. It's all about building efficiency and consistency into everything you do, and using technology to make smart, data-backed decisions, instead of just going with your gut. So how do you get there? Well, it really boils down to these three pillars. First up is collaborate, having one central dashboard where every single department, sales, production, finance, is working from the exact same live data. Second is comply, building things like GST and e-invoicing right into your workflow so it's automatic. And third is control, putting your quality and regulatory checks into the system from the very beginning. Okay, so you've got the system in place. Now what? This is where the fun begins. Let's take a look at the kinds of crystal clear, actionable answers you get when all your data finally lives in one place. Now, this right here, this is the antidote to that messy desk full of spreadsheets we saw earlier. This is your command center. In one single screen, a CEO can see sales, purchases, who owes them money, who they owe money to, and their actual real-time cash balance. No more waiting around for reports. This is what clarity looks like. It's the most basic, most fundamental question for any business owner, right? But getting a fast and, more importantly, an accurate answer can be surprisingly tough. And here is the answer. A finance dashboard like this doesn't just throw numbers at you. It shows you trends. You can actually see if your profit margin is going up or down over time, keep an eye on your biggest expenses, and just understand the financial health of your company at a glance. This isn't just data anymore. This is information you can use to make smart decisions right now. Let's talk about inventory for a second. On your main dashboard, you might see one big number for your total stock value. But the really powerful part is that you can click that number and boom, you instantly drill down to this, a detailed line-by-line view of every single item in your warehouse. This is how you stop that fear-based ordering and start making your inventory work for you. A unified system is also amazing at answering that other critical question. Where is my cash? It shows you plain as day the money your customers owe you versus the money you owe your suppliers. Managing that gap is the secret to managing your cash flow, and this makes it visible and actionable every single day. And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. The numbers prove that it has a real-world impact. Companies that actually put these kinds of data-driven systems in place see, on average, an 18% improvement in their operational efficiency. Just think about that for a second. What could an 18% boost do for your bottom line? So let's bring this all home. We've seen the problem, the chaos, and we've seen the solution. Now let's lay out the clear path forward. This is your blueprint for turning all that data into a real competitive advantage. So when you boil it all down, the advantages are pretty clear, right? You get to unify your core departments so everyone's on the same page. You automate compliance. You completely eliminate that painful month-end Excel hell we all hate. You get a secure, tamper-proof, audit-ready trail for every single transaction. And maybe best of all, you can change your business processes in a matter of hours, not months, which lets you stay way ahead of the competition. And you know, getting this kind of control is way more accessible than most business owners think. Modern systems are built to scale with you. There are different plans and features designed for businesses at every stage of growth. The tools to become a truly data-driven organization are absolutely within reach, whether you're a team of 50 or a company of 1,000. So we'll end with this thought. All the answers you need to scale your business the right way, they're already there. They're hidden inside your daily operations. The real question isn't about finding the key. It's whether you're ready to step up and unlock that potential. Thanks so much for joining us.